Joining me to discuss her work as the activist in residence at Prairie View A&M in Texas is one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, Dr. Melina Abdullah. Thank you so much for being here, Melina. I just love, first of all, this title of activist in residence, and I'm so interested in how you got started and what exactly your role entails as activist in residence.
Sure, I'm really excited. I'm really excited also to have the position specifically at Prairie View A&M University. The Sandra Bland, is an alumna of Prairie View A&M University, as is my own grandmother. So it's appropriate.
Wow.
I feel really blessed to be on that campus.
Oh, wow. So tell me a bit about this role. Now, how was this role created? Is it something that the school decided they needed? Is there kind of a activist movement around the country, maybe through funders, foundations, that said, you know what, we will sponsor these kind of positions because they're important? How did you end up in this specific role?
So to be clear, my full-time job is I'm a professor of Pan-African Studies at Cal State LA. I do work every single day. My sacred duty is to do work to for the liberation of Black people. I'm the co-director of Black Lives Matter Grassroots, which is the on-the-ground work that Black Lives Matter does all around the globe. But the activist in residence position offers an opportunity for us to really engage the student body at Prairie View in the art and science of organizing, really debunking some of the myths that come with traditional approaches to activism and organizing, reminding folks that it's never been a single messianic leader who ushers us towards freedom. Rather, it's all of us, it's the masses of us harnessing the power of the moment, but also taking the talents and gifts and callings that we have and saying we want to use them for the liberation of our people. It's also really a part of the history of historically Black colleges and universities, of ethnic studies, which was founded out of community demand, not an ivory tower. And that's really what this activist in residence position is. I'm grateful to the visionary Dr. Ruth Simmons, the president of Prairie View, for getting funding for this position, and my longtime friend, colleague, comrade, Dr. Melanie Price, who's the brilliant columnist, New York Times columnist, but also professor, political scientist, and author of the brilliant book, The Race Whisperer, about Barack Obama, who visioned how do we bring together activism and intellectual work so we can use this space to hone intellectual tools that will lead to the liberation of our people.
Which is just brilliant, because as I'm listening to you and I'm thinking about my government and politics, studies when I was in college, and also speaking of that ivory tower, I was a fellow at Harvard Kennedy School recently, and they're having this conversation even at Harvard, where they did end up bringing in a professor of practice that essentially is doing this kind of teaching around organizing movements and activism. And it is not something that I believe has been customary in academia, to actually have a conversation around the tools of organizing, movement building, and the practice of activism, as opposed to just the assumptions around what activism has achieved or not in our thinking about it. So, are you also working on some of the pioneering of just the broader thought leadership on all of this as you yourself are practicing there? And where do you see the field going? Is it expanding to other universities, et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, really what we're engaging in is the decolonization of education, of higher education. We're saying higher education shouldn't be something that's separate and apart from the real lives and communities that we're all a part of. Rather, we should think about, why was Prairie View A&M forged in the first place? Why was my alma mater, Howard University, forged in the first place? What is the role of Black intellectualism in liberation work? And so that's really what we're doing. I'm hopeful that this will set a trend. I'm hopeful that Prairie View is on the front end of a massive kind of decolonization of higher education that begins with our HBCUs. And we'll see. We'll see what's to come. I look forward to working with Dr. Price to hopefully replicate this all around the country.
Now, it's not lost on me that Prairie View is in Texas, which is really a hotbed right now for so much, what should, in my opinion, be organizing opportunity and real political unrest about all the hot mess foolishness that they are doing down there, from voter suppression to the craziness of deputizing citizens to be bounty hunters around their abortion ban, and so many other things. I mean, Texas is ground zero. It's crazy. And so I wonder if that becomes a training ground, if that's, what you're thinking about there, of a real training ground boot camp to give people the tools to go out and make change. And if so, how do you imagine that, like you said, merging the intellectual apparatus with giving younger people or, students the tools to really be activists? How do you see that really transforming society, perhaps the society right around you that needs some help?
Yeah, what better place to train organizers than Texas, right? What better place to get Black students, in touch with their own power? What better place to get them to work together collectively to overthrow oppressions than Texas? I understand that there is some backlash, right? Some of those same folks in Texas who want to oppress women around what they can do with their bodies. Some of the same folks who are blaming Black people for the COVID-19 outbreak are kind of having some tantrums around this position. But it's important. I can't overstate the courage and vision of people like Dr. Ruth Simmons and Dr. Melanie Price in saying we are going to forge this here, and we look forward to allowing and enabling and empowering Sandy to speak through thousands of students that come out of her alma mater through this work.
I can't help but acknowledge that we are in the moment of critical race theory backlash. In like the 30 seconds we have, could you give us a sense of any pushback or resistance that you're facing, and how everybody can be helping to, beat that back on your behalf?
Sure. Don't be quiet, right? Lift your voice, use your body, get in the streets, use your resources. And remember, those who say that they're countering critical race theory, here's what I do first as an educator. When they say, we can't have critical race theory, I say, define it. I bet you they can't, right? But we'll use it as a tool of liberation and an intellectual tool as we work forward to create a freer world.
All right, Dr. Melina Abdullah, activist in residence at Prairie View A&M University. Onward. Thank you so much for shedding light on your work and the work of the young activists on your campus. Appreciate you and good luck.